A coalition of Western missions, including the United States and the European Union delegation, has formally demanded decisive action from the Tanzanian government over the ongoing post-election violence. In a statement, the diplomats demanded that President Samia Suluhu Hassan's administration establish an inclusive commission of inquiry, urging the government to include civil society, faith-based groups, and all political actors in the process. The coalition also pressed authorities to release withheld bodies, citing credible evidence of extrajudicial killings and efforts to conceal victims. Here's Citizen TV's Ben Kirui with the details.
Mimi Samia Suluhu Hassan.
They say when it rains, it pours. And no one understands that better now than Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is facing mounting international criticism over the killings directed by her administration in response to election-related protests that turned violent. On Friday, the United Kingdom, Canada, Norway and 13 other European nations issued a joint statement condemning what they described as deadly violence, enforced disappearances, widespread rights violations and the concealment of bodies. The statement, also endorsed by the United States and the European Union delegation, cited credible reports from domestic and international organizations pointing to evidence of extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, disappearances and efforts to hide the bodies of victims. The diplomats urging Tanzanian authorities to immediately release the bodies of those killed to their families, free all political detainees, and ensure that those in custody receive legal representation and medical care. They further pressed the government to implement recommendations issued by the African Union AU and the Southern African Development Community SADC in their preliminary election assessments, which flagged clear shortcomings in the electoral process. These recommendations include an independent and transparent investigation into all reported killings, the restoration of media freedoms and the release of political prisoners. While acknowledging the government's establishment of a commission of inquiry, the missions criticized it as one-sided and called for the inclusion of civil society, faith-based organizations, and all political actors to ensure credibility.
Hawana hata aibu. Nje huko wanakaa Tanzania ifanye moja, ifanye mbili, ifanye tatu, halafu ndio itakuwa hivi. Who are you?
The rapidly escalating pressure on President Samia comes just days after her fiery remarks, rebuking foreign governments for what she described as interference in Tanzania's internal affairs. Ben Kirui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.